It is time, once again, to lock your doors, shut your windows, strap yourself into your favorite comfy chair, and tune out and tune into the Naked Zombie.
And it's time, once again, to get your kid off, run around in the nutty, and get naked with the zombie. I'm your host, Brad Scott, and welcome to the weird and wonderful world of the paranormal pop culture news. Joining me tonight, in the cardboard box of loveliness, not only is Hobo Bill fast asleep, picking the fleas out of his eyebrows and scratching in places that he probably shouldn't, I am also joined by his cuddle partner, Wadsy. Okay, Wadsy, how are you?
Not bad, mate. Yourself?
Good. That was a big intro, wasn't it?
I'm really going to start proofreading your intros.
No, you're like, I'm messing with you. Anyway, so we've got the weird and wacky, wonderful world of paranormal pop culture news tonight, mate.
And a bit of everything else thrown in.
Everything else thrown in. Now, we are going to ring Andrew a bit later on.
Yeah, I was just wondering where our co-host is. He's very quiet.
He is.
He's quiet as Hobo Bill.
I think Hobo Bill actually ate him.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Why does Hobo Bill put some weight on?
No. I saw a foot hanging out there, like three of them. So
okay.
Either he's got a new date, or he's actually eaten Aaron. Andrew.
Or he's doing Rolf Harris.
Jake the Peg,
Jake the Peg.
With my extra leg, diddle-diddle-lum. And for
Maybe
those
you
who
went to
don't
a
know
talent
Rolf
show.
Harris, hey, Rolf Harris is cool, man.
Rolf Harris? I like
He-
Rolf Harris. He's a cool dude.
He's in with the Queen. He's tight with the Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, speaking of the Queen, how about those pics that came out of Will's missus, Kate?
I haven't seen them.
No, well, I don't think I went actually surfing the net specifically looking for those photos.
And?
No, I couldn't find them.
No.
Oh, God, I found a lot of articles how they're cracking the
They're
shits
cracking
over.
the wheel. Yeah. Yeah, but a kilometre away, a grainy photo,
Yeah.
could be anybody.
Well, that's what they said about young Harry's romping.
Yes, well, that wasn't a kilometre away, though. That was an iPhone in the,
That was an
in the
iPhone.
hotel room.
The silly young
But,
bugger.
well,
Harry's cool. I like Harry.
Harry's cool. At least he's normal.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's like, and this is what people get upset. You know, he's part of the royal family. No, look, seriously, he's a young fella, single, loads of money, fame,
He hasn't got
fortune.
loads of money yet, but he will have.
Oh, look, he doesn't have to pay for anything. Trust me, they work off of some sort of special Queenie budget, I think it is, and he gets things. So yeah, so there you go. The photos are out, and poor Kate, you know, I felt so sorry for Will. My heart bleeds. So we're doing lots tonight with Naked Zombie News. Just to let you know, and on Thursday night we have the Naked Debate.
We had one last Thursday?
Yes,
And we've
every
got one this
Thursday night. Yes. Now, what we've also got happening is with the Naked Debate is I actually got a little while ago. I put out a thing if anyone had any stories on the Black-Eyed Kids. I actually got an email from someone who experienced it.
Thunderbirds.
Hey?
The Thunderbirds.
Yeah, we talked about the Thunderbirds, but actually a Black-Eyed Kids thing.
Yeah.
So I got an email. So I'm just going to get permission first before I read it out.
Right.
And once I get permission, it could be personal. I don't know as yet, but it was sent through. But I'll contact the lady who's thinking, and if I can't share it, I can't share it. But I thought it was very cool that someone took the time to email us a story about the Black-Eyed
Definitely.
Kids.
Hope we can read that one out.
Yes, no, so do I. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's a very, very good. It's short. It's to the point, but what she experienced was quite amazing.
Wow.
And so what else did I do? Oh, yes. I went to Movie World
You went to Movie World. Now, people that don't know Movie World is a theme park down the Gold Coast.
based on movies
Well, yes, and rides.
and rides
Yes.
and
Ripping people off.
you can't say that.
Well, how come you can go to these theme parks and pay $10 for a sausage in a roll and they call it a hot dog?
No, it was funny. $16 for a hamburger.
$16 for
It was a gold-plated hamburger.
Did it have beetroot on it?
I have no idea. I actually took sandwiches and cordial. But no, but what it was, I went to a Movie World years ago, and I just want to touch on this fact because I do enjoy Movie World, but
Yep.
I'm not much into the rides. If you know what I mean, it just doesn't really interest me. But my kids had a
Because you're
ball.
scared.
I am. I hate rides with a passion.
Yes.
But my kids wanted to go, and me and the wife went. And I remember years ago, as a young
You
fella.
let them go by yourself? You wowzer.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so I I remember years ago when I was a young fella, before I had children, I went with my cousin, and you know how they used to be, where they actually had performers out the front.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and like
Greeting
they had,
you in and
yeah, like
Yep.
so while you're waiting in line for like over half an hour just to go in, they had someone who would entertain you. Like I think last time I saw, no, it's
pick
not
on
there
you.
anymore, was the police academy one, where they had
Well,
the
that
person
actually-
with the whistle.
yes,
They
yes.
had this bird out the front with the whistle directing traffic, and she was brilliant.
Yep.
I stood there in amazement how entertaining she was, and it was brilliant, and because it made the time go faster,
Oh, exactly. Yes.
and really enjoyed it. But you know, we there was nothing like that there, and this was on a Sunday, and it was quite busy. So waiting in line for 35 minutes because I've got a season pass. So I
Yes,
had to get
yep.
my photo taken. Everything looks hideous.
Yeah, I
And-
got one of those.
Anyways,
It's called a driver's license.
you too. Eh? So I went in line into the family, and the family already got those they'd been before. And seriously, there was nothing really for me to do as a parent who isn't into the ride side of things. They used to have a lot
Don't
of
they have the tours going around anymore?
no. Well, it was funny. The rides were on and off, as in like they'd shut down for maintenance or they do tests during the day, and so you go to ride and you have to wait, which is fine. Look, I understand it's a theme park and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But I guess after working in the film industry, I'm probably a little bit spoiled in the sense I got to see some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Working in the film industry. When I went to Movie World for this, look, I remember walking around and seeing Catwoman, right?
Yes.
And she was a
Yep.
hottie. I got photos of it. I'm only quite young. And they did have, like the Bugs Bunny and Tweety Bird and Sylvester and that.
Please tell me
whatever.
the costumes weren't faded and patched up with sticky tape.
No, the costumes were good, but it was hard to get close to them because they were sort of doing their thing with little ones, which is fine. And I did see Batman. Batman was in this little shafted corner.
Yeah.
and I didn't get my photo taken, but my son, oh yeah, whatever. But that was it. There wasn't the characters walking around anymore. There wasn't the interaction with the crowd.
Did they have a parade? And
Yeah, they had the parade, but to be honest with you, I was there for 4 hours, and I spent most of it sitting on my backside holding stuff. Look, people love the place, and I think it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but it is expensive,
Yes.
food wise. I know they've got to make a profit. All businesses do.
It's not the airport.
It's not the airport, no. I did go into the DC store, because I'm a big comic book fan. They've got comic books everywhere.
Yep.
And a lot of their stuff was very reasonably priced, I thought, because I've actually bought a bit of the stuff myself.
Okay.
And, I paid for the same, I've got a ring from, it's a nice dress ring, actually,
Yep.
from the Green Lantern. It's not the Green Lantern ring, but it's got the symbol all around it and it
Yes,
spins.
yep.
It's really cool. And they had the same price as I paid for in Sydney when I was there, which is cool. But it's quite a small shop, and the shirts were good price and everything. And I thought about buying a couple of shirts. So I thought, no, I'll save me coin. Then I went to the movie memorabilia one,
Yes.
and there was bugger all there. It was sort of, I don't know, it had stuff there. They had bits and pieces of. Can't really say that The Big Bang Theory is movie memorabilia. They had a lot of stuff that was not related to movies.
It's not a movie, it's a TV show.
The TV show, and that's what I mean. But I did go into the Harry Potter one.
Okay, yes.
And I walked straight back out again.
Really?
Yeah, look, I don't know. It's sort of like there's lots of people, and it is a big effort to do something like that, and I appreciate where they're coming from. But what I missed, I guess, was the performers, was the people. I remember seeing I think even the Wild West side of it was shut down that day for something.
Yeah.
But I remember the guy. I remember seeing Beetlejuice and all
Yep.
these cool things that actually interact with you, and the Undertaker. The guy really tall. Remember
Yep.
the really tall bloke with a really tall
They
hat?
come and pick on you if you're doing the wrong thing.
Oh man, seriously, this guy gave me the willies. He was, and that's what it was about. It was about interacting with the crowd,
Yes,
interacting
yeah.
with, seeing the different characters walk through, and they were brilliant. And I had all these fond memories of going, I'm really looking forward to this. I hadn't been in years. Go take the kids to Movie World, and basically I don't know. I'd love to see them sort of re-look at that issue and be more, unless we went on an off day that nothing was really happening, and they had that sort of thing. But yeah, the interaction, I guess, with the patrons, it wasn't really there as such as to me. Look, I'd love to see the characters walk around, scaring the kids, having a great time. And that was basically Movie World for me. Now, like I said, I really don't want to get a phone call from their solicitor. But I mean, it was good. But as an adult now, I mean, I was an adult, but I'm right into the movie side of it and everything. I just love that sort of pop culture side of it. But I guess I felt a little bit sort of let down. It wasn't as interactive. Yeah, you got the rides and that, but the rides aren't for everybody. You had a lot of parents there a lot of people my age who probably aren't into rides as such. And they're just sort of going... Nothing there for them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could go and see the I think
stunt
it's
show.
The stunt show and that, but I didn't even bother. You know what I mean? I mean, I remember seeing the Police Academy stunt show.
Yes.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it was great. But the first time I got totally done was the guy standing on the roof, the guy they pulled out of the crowd that was a little smart ass. And he's there doing the show, and he's a stuntman. And I'm going, oh crap! He fell off the top of this building into a bunch of cans. And I'm jumping up, going, oh no, the full boat. And everyone's going, oh, type thing. And it was a really good show, and I thoroughly enjoyed. I know Police Academy is sort of long gone now, and
it's still a classic.
It is a classic, and the stunt show I heard is good. I'm seeing it on YouTube and stuff like that, and it looks really spectacular. But even a lot of the I don't know, it just. It just wasn't...
It's getting tired.
Yeah, in that sense, where it would have been really, really good to see him. And, I understand they got to make money. And I know the season pass is like $99 for 4 tickets. You get 3, get one for free.
Yeah.
But having the street performers, the people dressed up in character, made it for me only 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 15 years before my oldest son was born. And that's when I went with my cousin. And I had a ball because there was just so much other things to see and do besides going on the rides.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I haven't been to Dreamworld in a long time, so that's our next port of call. We're going to do SeaWorld and Wet and Wild as well. So
but SeaWorld, you'll find the same impression.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. That's where I got my pass from, SeaWorld.
Yeah.
And it's just tired.
Yep.
It's tired.
I mean, but SeaWorld's been around before I was born. Both of us were born.
Yeah. Well, the underwater aquarium, brilliant.
Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. But everything else is just tired.
Yep. I mean, I went a few years ago and I saw where they had the performing animals like the seals and that, and they were really cool. I actually sat down and watched the SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, the musical with Patrick. And because by that stage Riley was quite young.
Yep.
I mean, we're going back a long way. And I enjoyed it.
Yep.
In that sense, but I haven't been back since. And I'd love to see these big theme parks. I know the economy's crap, and I know that there's a lot of other things that got to be. Now, it'd be nice to see more performers, and that's what made it for me was the interaction. Like, oh man, seriously, the photo I've got myself with Catwoman, I treasure that photo. She was smoking. Oh shit! I just woke up Hobo Bill. He's thinking of cats. He's hungry. But that's the thing, mate. And like I said, nothing against. It's just the way it is. Yes. I was a little bit. Still good. Go and if you haven't been there before, go and check it out. If you're into the rides, it's brilliant. There's no two ways about it. I mean, wasn't the Arkham Asylum ride used to be Lethal Weapon ride?
Yeah, Lethal Weapon ride was one where you hang down with nothing.
Yeah, you sort of spin around. I swear it's the same ride because that's the only ride I've ever been on.
Renamed it, you think?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look into that further. But it just all they did was build this cheap cardboard, building around it. If you know what I mean. But the Superman ride. I mean, my son went on that about 3 times, and that was like you'd hear it just take off, and look, I was just bloody.
Isn't that way 0 to maybe 200 kilometres an hour in 2 seconds or something?
Yeah, and the ride lasts for literally 2 seconds. I mean, that's it. They go and they stop, and I'm going. Yeah, but everyone seemed to be loving that. You know, the Superman, I wasn't really interested in going the Batman thing with
Yep.
those shit, like the Tower of Terror, what do they call it? Or they just renamed that as well. Is Tower of Terror there?
That's
or
Dreamworld.
That's Dreamworld.
Yep.
And this is what I mean. They've got so many different names. But look, check it out, folks. If you haven't been there yet, you know, it's like food's expensive. I won't lie to you. But they did have a special on for the soft drinks. You know, I think it was $7.50 for 2 refills all day. But what they did have, which I'm really interested to take us along to, is what's called the Fight Night.
Oh, yes, yes.
Have you heard anything about it? I haven't even Googled it.
I know the other places do them that have Halloween nights and things like that. But, yeah, they basically just have things walking around.
Zombies and people dressed up in makeup. I'd like to check that out. I wonder if they're keen to have us go along.
If someone can let us know what it's like and whether it's worth going to.
Yeah, well, we'd love to hear some feedback off the listeners, of course, who have been. If you think that, we'd like to see more characters, and then we go for the characters. You know, you go for the rides, and, our age group, even the kids, great. Seeing Bugs Bunny, I think that's awesome.
Especially Catwoman.
You know, Catwoman, yeah. But that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see more interaction with the crowd, I guess, unless I just went on an off day when everyone had the flu or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's not tourist season, so...
No, it's not tourist season, so I don't know. But still, the car park was full. So you'd still expect...
Yeah, I really want to know whether that is the case or whether it's just the people that work there park there.
That could be. There's a lot of people parked there.
Because you go past there and there's always a lot of cars there.
Yeah, I suppose. So anyway, that was just my look. Out of 5 screaming zombie heads, what would you give it, mate?
I haven't been to movie world for ages.
Yeah, well,
I went to SeaWorld.
Just SeaWorld. So SeaWorld, what do you reckon?
SeaWorld.
Screaming zombie heads, what would you give it?
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
2.5.
2.5. I'd probably say 2.5 as well. Screaming for movie world for me. At this experience at my age, as I said. Anyway, so that's your call out there, folks, and please, this is just a non-biased look at a movie world and SeaWorld, because this is called what's called democracy. We're allowed to
have our own views.
Have our own views on everything. Also, the website got hacked. Not the website, the Facebook. My Twitter site got hacked. So if you're receiving messages from me saying
you're getting
this person is saying nasty things about you, don't. It's just crap. Seriously, it's just absolute rubbish. I got that. You got that?
Yep.
And I went, oh, cool. Excellent.
I thought situation normal.
Yeah, situation normal. That's right. I mean, I get my fair share. And I said, I really don't care, to be honest with you. Anyway, so it turns out it was some sort of spam. So apologies to anyone out there who actually went through and looked at that and went,
So now you get emails.
I changed the password and everything, so it all stopped.
Oh, okay.
And someone over in Minnesota tried to hack into the Naked Zombie Facebook site. No, so my Facebook site.
Yeah.
Because I got a message from Facebook saying, are you over in Minnesota now? I'm going, no. So someone from a mobile device tried to get into my... So, up your sunshine. They'll teach them.
Yes.
Like a hawk. Anyway, so we are... Well, I guess that's enough of that for now.
Yep.
And my experiences on the weekend and stuff like that.
Sounds like you had a busy weekend.
Oh, look, Saturday, helped a mate move.
Oh,
right?
You never do that. You never volunteer.
Mate, I was there all day. And
no.
Look,
I bet you said, I've only got a couple of boxes to move too.
Mate, I seriously...
A couple of boxes and a bed. I've moved all the heavy stuff. Yeah, right. Look, you get there, the fridge is still there.
I love this guy like a brother. I've known him for over 20 years. And seriously, he hired a van. And... First thing I said to him, you know how to drive one of these? Anyway, so we end up moving him out, and I thought, oh, God, all day. Now, the funniest thing was watching him go grocery shopping. It just took forever. The shop was shut, and he's still walking around. Oh, I love you, Jamie. You could make you poor sod. But that's cool. So that was my weekend, and work, of course, and doing the show.
Very good.
Yes. So what we're doing the paranormal news tonight, or pop culture news. I just want to share the bit of loving on our weekend and stuff like that. You just grossed everyone out by your talking about...
everyone out by your talking about... What was it? 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 your experiences at Movie World. Everyone will think the show's about you.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't have that.
No.
All right, so I'm going to discuss a very interesting chap now. Basically, it's a guy called D.D. Holmes, Daniel Douglas Home. Now, this guy was the most celebrated medium of the 19th century. Although his name is not very well known today, he astonished audience, friends, heads of states, and the rich and famous with his startling paranormal feats and levitation. His seamlessly impossible powers bewildered those who witnessed them, including many respected scientists and journalists. Did D.D. Holmes truly possess extraordinary paranormal abilities, or was it a gifted magician? Far ahead of his time, he was also able to fool even the closest of observers with the sleight of hand and magician's illusions. Although there were certainly many skeptics among his contemporaries who denounced him as a clever fraud, they could never really prove how accomplished his many incredible demonstrations. To this day, there is very much mystery surrounding Mr. Holmes.
Obviously, he's not of this century.
No, yeah, he is, but he's long gone. Actually, no, yeah, well, he was actually born in 1833.
Okay, yeah, he's
he's not of this century. Scotland, in Curry in Scotland. So he's actually of the previous century.
Yep.
So he, I mean, the age of 17, poltergeist activity would happen around him when he entered a room. He had this weird sort of thing about him. So he was like the ultimate in paranormal magnets.
Yes, yeah.
Like the guy would levitate. He was very much clairvoyant. He had healing powers. And I mean, when you hear about people levitating,
yep.
This guy wouldn't just levitate. You've seen people how they levitate. You've seen the YouTube stuff. You see people levitate. He would literally levitate off into the ceiling.
Okay.
That's how high he would get. He would literally, you get a big hall,
Yep.
he would go nearly up to the top. He wasn't like he was in a trance. He would just, up he'd go.
Wow.
And that's what I mean. I mean, there was really, really cool, creepy things about
Yep.
this guy. And I'd love to hear, actually, and this is what it's about also, is talking about now, he had some really amazing feats as well. Like over his controversial career, here's just a few feats that D.D. Holmes was sent to perform around the world. In a well-lit room before Professor David Wells of Harvard. Now, I think anyone in the paranormal field knows about, David Wells. And the three other spiritualist investigators. Holmes caused a table to move all about, even though he stood nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Now, this is in front of, like, a professor,
Yep.
Professor David Wells. This guy was such a, he was like...
Is there any film evidence of this?
Mate, this is before really film was sort of
Exactly.
about, you knob.
Exactly. So what
yeah,
proof
but
do we
the-
have except someone writing on the net? Oh, sorry. If it's on the net, it must be
So
true.
it must have happened. But the table levitated completely off the floor for several sections. Then Wells and two others sat on the table. This is what gets interesting. It continued to rock. They could not find no scientific explanation for the experience. So basically, this guy made this table. They all sat on the thing, and it was still moving. It was still, but there was no.
Well, I saw a report that NASA has developed that they can levitate small objects. So maybe it was some sort of machine or something.
Well, the thing is, there's a guy out on YouTube, and I can't remember his name, but he actually. This guy's an electronic, and oh god, this is trouble when your brain goes numb. He actually produces a lot of this stuff, like with electronic magnetic fields
Yes,
and frequencies and all the rest. And he actually makes stuff like a bowling ball levitate and all this other stuff. It's been around for a while, but actually to have movement as such is really quite astonishing. In that
different.
sense, it is different. Oh, I'm sort of very fascinated about people who have that ability. It's like the old. Bending a spoon with your mind trick.
Yeah, but
we know how
Geller.
to. Yeah. I mean, look, I can do it.
Fake.
It's fake because all you need is a fairly soft, pliable spoon, and as you're rubbing the thing, you're actually causing it to
warm up and go soft.
and go soft, and it bends very easily. It's when they actually do full loops, and that gets messed up. And there are people who can actually manipulate stuff like that. So that look for someone to be able to do. But this guy was a walking paranormal mystery, and I don't think there's been anyone even close to him to this day.
Wow.
There you go. That's a bit of trivia for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That was D.D. Home.
Very good.
Truly remarkable man
Yes.
in the paranormal field back in the late part of last century.
Yes.
Early part of this century.
Yep.
I think I'm just trying to remember when he passed away. I think he lived to a ripe old age, actually. I think he must have died, early part of the 19th century.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Started making at least in his 70s, 80s.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think he lived to a pretty ripe old age. I don't know. I'll have to look further that photo. So have you got any news for us there, big boy?
Yeah. Following on from your visit to Movie World,
Oh, cool.
Ghosts of Hollywood's Legends.
Yes, ghosties.
Yeah, ours is a culture that worships celebrities. It's always a thrill when we spot a star, film, music, or television in the flesh. Strangely, the excitement of celebrity spotting seems to continue even when they are no longer in the flesh, but in the spirit. It often makes news when the ghost of a celebrity, especially a recently departed figure, is sighted. And it's just got a few people here, so Heath Ledger.
Well, they've spotted Heath Ledger already.
Mm-hmm. He died in January 2008.
God, that long ago now. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Amazing,
Which
isn't
was ruled as an accidental overdose of sleeping pills.
it? Yeah. How old was he?
I'm not sure.
It was-
When he was born, he wasn't that old. He was
No,
like
about
20s or something.
20s, yeah, mid-20s, late
Yeah.
20s.
Actress Michelle Williams, his ex-fiancée, says she has seen Ledger's spirit on 2 occasions. The first time she was awakened at night by eerie noises, then realised her bedroom furniture was being moved around. She saw a shadowy figure, which she admits scared her half to death.
Mm-hmm.
In the second instance, she says the apparition was more vivid and spoke, telling her he was sorry for not being able to raise their daughter.
Wow.
Mm.
That's very cool.
And then James Dean.
Oh, look, everyone's seen James Dean, and I reckon he's...
I haven't seen James Dean.
Oh, no, well, so I haven't personally seen James Dean except in the movies.
Well, there you go. You haven't seen him either. So not everyone.
Stop it. But we've got that, that's interesting. James, I mean, isn't his car meant to be severely haunted? Or so whoever buys his car, certain things happen, like it's meant to be haunted. Like, I think it was written off one stage and it was rebuilt and all this other weird crap that went on with it. So it's very, very cool.
Although he only made a handful of films, Dean was one of the most influential young actors of the 1950s, forcefully depicting against the angst of rebellious youth in East of Eden and Rebel Without a Cause.
I remember Rebel Without a Cause.
In 1955, he was killed while recklessly driving his Porsche Spider on a
That's
Californian road.
That's it, his Porsche Spider,
Yep.
and that's the one that got written off and they rebuilt it. But bits and pieces were sort of scattered, and whoever owned this car died a horrible death.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Just Google James Dean's Porsche.
I will when you're
Yeah.
talking next time. Since the accident, there have been several reports of Dean's special Porsche speeding along the highway in the vicinity of his tragic death. Most famously, they may be a haunting curse attached to the car itself.
There you go. I'm wealth of paranormal pop culture knowledge.
It may have begun before the accident, when fellow actors, including Alec Guinness, warned Dean about the car, saying he had a bad feeling about it. Many other accidents and deaths have been documented in connection with this car. And it's got a link. We've got a link.
We got a link. I find this stuff fascinating.
Let's have a look. Open a new tab. Just entertain yourselves.
Well, while you're doing that, I might give young Andrew a call, and see
You
what
want to
it
read
is.
this? You want to read this? This is good.
Okay, you read that first.
James Dean was a famous movie star of the 1950s, and like his screen image, he liked to live life in the fast lane. In 1955, Dean was attracted to a car with a silver grey 1955 Porsche Spider. He bought the car planning to race it in an upcoming race at Salinas. Salinas? S-A-L-I-N-A-S. Salinas.
Yeah,
Close
that'll do.
enough, somewhere in America. Dean was thrilled with the car, but several of his friends were not. Actor Alec Guinness told Dean to get rid of the car. George Barris said the car seemed to give off a weird feeling of impending doom. On a trip to Atlantis, mechanic...
Atlantis.
Yeah. On a trip out of Atlantis...
Oh, out of Atlantis. Okay, I thought it was like Atlantis, the underwater city.
No. Back on track. Back on the conversation.
I see the mermaids. They're hot.
Mechanic rode with Dean. Behind Dean, following a Ford station wagon, was Bill Hickman and Stan Roth. Once on the open highway, Dean sped up along until at 3:30 a highway trooper pulled the Porsche over and gave Dean a ticket. Soon Dean and the mechanic were being the angst of the Diablo Range Mountains. We're beginning the ascent of the Diablo Range Mountains. At 5:59 p.m, Dean smashed head-on into another car driven by Donald Turnup Speed. Now, that's not a weird name.
Oh, you're kidding. Turn up speed.
Turnup Speed, yep. Dean was killed instantly. Wetherick, who was the mechanic, was thrown free but suffered extensive injuries. Turnup Speed suffered only minor cuts and abrasions. The Porsche was badly mangled. Later on, the car was sold to Barris, who planned to use it for spares, but upon the car's arrival at the garage, it fell during unloading onto a mechanic's leg and broke it. Then 2 physicians bought the engine and the drivetrain to place in their own cars. On October the 2nd in 1956, they raced their cars using these parts for the first time. One was killed in an accident and the other one was seriously injured in another accident. 2 of the tyres off Dean's cars were sold to a young man who later reported that both tyres had blown at the same time, very nearly causing a serious accident. Souvenir-seeking fans tried to steal parts off Dean's car, only to suffer severe injuries. The Californian Highway Patrol declared to use Dean's vehicle as a part of a safety exhibition. During one of the exhibits, the garage used to house Dean's car went up in flames.
Jeez.
Strange, all the vehicles inside were destroyed except for Dean's car.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, man. That's what I mean. There's some creepy shit going on with that vehicle.
Later, when on display at Sacramento High School, the car fell off its pedestal, breaking a student's hip. Then after the car was sent to Salinas, but on the way, the car fell off a flatbed truck, killing the driver. 2 years later, it fell off another truck, causing an accident. Then, in 1958, it caused another accident. In 1959, the car was on display when, for no reason, it suddenly collapsed into 11 pieces. In 1960, the car was created and sent to Los Angeles, but it never arrived. Somewhere on the way, it just disappeared.
Yeah, look, we just had to cut the show off shortly then. As you heard, I would have got a phone call coming through. Now, I do leave my phone on for emergency reasons, and Wadsy, you'll never believe this.
Do tell.
You know how we're talking about cars?
Yep, and
Yep.
James Dean's Porsche.
Well, anyway, I just got a phone call from a very good mate of mine, another mate of ours, just had his leg crushed by a car. Like his foot's pretty badly mangled up. So, Sean, mate, I know you listen to the show, and I know you're in hospital right now. I'll give you a call later, or I'll call him after this. But yeah, so
I think you'd be pretty doped up. I don't think you'd be able to understand.
Oh yeah,
you.
well, it's a bit of a mess, it turns out. But it's just weird. We're talking about cars, and next time I get a phone call from a good mate of mine saying another mate's foot
Been injured by a car.
Yeah, so please, guys, send your thoughts out to my mate Sean. He's okay, but his foot's pretty mangled up at the moment. So I'll find out more details tomorrow when I go into work, because we all work together. So cool.
Let us know.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about the cut you off like that, mate. But could you please?
Right. Do you want to go on with it?
Yeah. Please go on.
Elvis Presley.
Yep.
He was called the King of Rock and Roll, having spun out dozens of #1 hits.
Yep.
Starring in popular teen-aimed films and winning the hearts of millions around the world, especially that shaking hips.
Yeah, like I do. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Tragically, Elvis was consumed by his own fame and died in August 1977 of a heart attack, possibly drug-related.
No, that's crap. I had this conversation
he's
with...
living down in Mississippi flipping burgers.
No,
with
he's
Michael
working...
Jackson and the Big Bopper.
He's working at a 7-Eleven. I saw him yesterday.
He got a promotion, did he?
He's working at the 7-Eleven on the corner of Musgrave and Gandoon Street in Gladstone.
Really?
That's where Elvis is.
I didn't know you were in Gladstone yesterday.
No, I'm not just sort of making up, just trying to confuse people. So, Elvis.
Despite the urban legend that Elvis faked his death and is alive still,
Which he is.
His ghost has been reported in several locations, including his former home, Graceland in Memphis, which is now a tourist attraction, and at the Heartbreak Hotel on Elvis Presley Boulevard.
Oh, I wonder why.
Near Graceland. He's probably looking for a free beer.
I got a bit of a story on Elvis. So we've spoken to James Dean, and this is...
Elvis' ghost has been spotted at Nashville recording studios, where he made some of his early records, and also at Las Vegas Hilton, where the singer performed in his later years.
Here's the story.
Okay.
For you.
I'm finished.
Good.
Go for
Because there was a photo taken at Graceland.
Mm-hmm.
I think the photo was only taken about 15 years ago. You know, people take photos of... They go up to... They're not allowed in. They just go to the gates and they leave. So someone managed to take this photo with a long lens, and sitting in the chair just off the door, and I think you'll find this on YouTube and that, is the king.
The king.
The king.
Do you want me to YouTube it?
Elvis's photo he's sitting there on a lounge chair. Just sitting there, and it's one of those long lenses.
Yes,
it was taken about 15 years ago. I'll never forget this image. And also, he was spotted on the movie Home Alone 2. Elvis is the guy behind the woman who's standing at the counter going, "Oh no, I've got to get back to such and such." And I think I've spoken about this long when we first started doing the show. I think we discussed this, how Elvis had that bit of a twitch in the neck and he had the beard and everything. If you look for Elvis Presley in Home Alone 2, if you Google it or YouTube it, you'll see Elvis Presley. That's what I mean. The man gets around awfully a lot for a dead guy.
He does.
That's what they said, and this is all about pop culture. This is all about the weird crap, Like there's so many conspiracy theories out there revolving all this stuff. It fascinates me, absolutely fascinates me.
Elvis Presley's ghost. No, that's not it.
No, look for Elvis Presley. You'll find photos. Elvis Presley photos.
Ghosts of Elvis. Looks like the ghostly face of Elvis peeking out through the curtains.
Well, it says ghostly face. It's actually him. It's the king. The old pelvic thruster is still kicking. Now, here's a funny story. Now, because I read a lot of this, there was an interview done with Priscilla Presley. Is it Priscilla Presley?
Yeah.
His wife. Yeah, anyway.
Or was it his daughter?
Oh, no, it was Priscilla Presley was his wife.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was being interviewed on David Letterman.
Yes.
Right? And this is another thing that I read. And it's just relating to Elvis and what he achieved, because it was his birthday.
Yep.
And he would have been, I think it was 77 or 76.
Yep.
Right, I can't quite remember now. But during the conversation, and just had a thing, when you go, and I think Letterman said to Priscilla Presley, when you get home, wish Elvis happy birthday for us. She says, yeah, I'll do that. Like not missing a beat. She doesn't realise it was like trying to be a funny question, but she said, and like she was just blank looking like, yeah, I'll let him know. I'll do that, something like that. So there you go. But see, Elvis was also tied up with a lot to do with, he was, there is a lady out there who reckons Elvis is alive. She's had communication with him. I've got to find her details again. I've got to try and track it down. But even when he was in the coffin, right, he in his concert he gave, his final concert, and he wore the white jumpsuit, and he was quite fat. Yeah, he was huge. He died a couple of days after that, from memory, or a couple of days or a week or something like that. It was really, really close, because I actually remember seeing the concert on TV as a kid. Now, when they took a photo, like not an altar, but when they took a photo on the coffin, if you Google Elvis in the coffin, it doesn't even look like him. It's very thin, and so this is the worst you'll ever see me look, was one thing he said.
This is not low. Oh, hang on, here we go. Yeah.
So you look at, there's been so much conspiracy theory around Elvis Presley.
Yep.
Whether he's still alive or not. It's same as the Paul McCartney thing. You know how
Paul McCartney is still alive.
No. Okay, this is the show's going on a whole new tangent now. Okay, so the conspiracy theory thing about Elvis Presley is still alive, right?
Yes.
What they did, they also reckon that Paul McCartney was originally killed when the Beatles first came to be, right? in a car accident. This is.
I'm going with you, Dave.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm going to find this. Now, I've got some information here, so I'm going to take
So
it
this
out now.
is this a conspiracy theory, or this is
Paul McCartney dead. Now, what had happened was a tape was released that was meant to be the voice of who's the other Beatle member that died?
George Harrison or John Lennon.
No, George Harrison,
Yep.
and it was his voice saying, "This is what happened. Paul McCartney was actually dead." Yeah, and there's a lot of things about how his facial features changed and that from the death. I'll read this out. This is really, really quite interesting. Now,
Before you go ahead,
yeah.
I just found this. Got up to the part where it's supposed to be peeking out through the curtains.
Yeah.
It doesn't look a bit like him.
No,
I can't
it's
see anything.
it's Uragon, the pool cleaner. I come to cleanse the
There's
pool.
nothing there.
Okay, Paul is dead is an urban legend suggesting that Paul McCartney of England rock band The Beatles died in 1966 and was secretly replaced by a lookalike. In September 1969, American college students published articles claiming clues to McCartney's death could be found among lyrics and artwork on the Beatles recordings. Clue hunting, provided infectious within a few weeks, had become an international phenomenon. Rumours declined after a contemporary interview with McCartney was published in Life magazine in November 1969. Popper College continues to make occasional references to the legends. Now, basically what happens, a rumour that Paul McCartney had been killed in a car crash circulated. I said it was car. I'm just getting the final details now. In London after January 1969 traffic incident involving his car. A rumour was acknowledged and rebutted in February issue of the Beatles book Fanzine, but it is not known whether or not the rumour of 1969 is related to, in the autumn of 1969, the Beatles just having released the Abbey Road album, where the process of disbanding. Now, I know this one. If you have a look, if people want to have a look at this is really quite cool. The actual album cover for Abbey Road. Now, they set this up as a certain thing. You've got Lennon dressed in all white
suit. Yeah.
White suit. You got I think it's Ringo Starr dressed in all black like a mourner, like he's a preacher. Now, Paul McCartney is barefoot.
Yes.
Barefoot, wearing a raggedy old suit like you'd be buried in.
Yeah.
And
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. But yeah, I mean, this is just a thing behind it. But if you have a look at there's a Volkswagen in the picture as well, and there's a certain date on, I think it was 1969. There's like all these little hints and all this other stuff regarding. I'll just see if I can bring this information up. After leaving Abbey Road, were processors in disbanding McCartney's public engagements were few, as he was spending his time at his Scottish retreat with his new wife Linda in order to complete his forthcoming solo career. On the 17th of September 1970, an article titled "Is Beatle Paul McCartney Dead?" was published in a student newspaper, Drake University in Iowa. The article described a rumor that had been circulating on campus that Paul was dead. At a point included, let's get into this, rumors that clues from the recent Beatles album, including "Turn Me On," "Dead Man," Message Heard, Turn Me On, Dead Man, when the Revolution 9 from the White Album was played backwards. In Wire reports published as early as 11th of October, the Beatles press officer Derek Taylor responded to the rumour saying, "Recently we've been getting a flood of inquiries asking about reports of Paul is dead. We've been getting questions like that for years, of course, but in the past few weeks we're getting them at the office, at home, day and night. There's even getting calls from disc jockeys and other bands in the United States." So if you want to check it out, check out "Is Paul Dead?" Because a lot actually happened regarding this whole phenomena. And this is the cool part about pop culture. All the cool stuff that's out there, like Elvis, is he still alive? Paul McCartney, is that really the original Paul McCartney? Because they reckon the other one was a copper. Like they had a contest for a Paul lookalike.
Okay, yes.
And you're right, you've seen that on there. No, anyway.
No.
So they had this copper bloke come in and was a lookalike for some sort of competition.
Yep.
But what happened was, during that period when he was going to sell, and this is what I do know, but that's when they grew the beards and everything.
Yep.
So the facial features were very, sort of thing. Look, I actually had a great argument with my old man about this, and he made the comment one day. He says, "Yeah, geez, I love the Beatles." So I said, "Yeah, but don't you know Paul's dead, Dad? He died back in 1969. He goes, "That's a load of crap. I heard it, right?" Our dad's doing his thing, and it was amazingly funny. You know that this whole conspiracy theory side of things and what people do. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's someone that's totally different. It's not Paul McCartney at all.
Well, to the conspiracy theorists out there, look, I think it's Paul, but I'm not no expert. But
Wikipedia says it's Paul.
Yeah, Wikipedia, but if you can also look up Paul is dead. So if you want a good read, look up Paul is dead, or is Paul really
what
dead?
You just read?
Yeah, basically got the
Wikipedia,
yeah. Well, I knew bits and pieces about it, but I've forgotten most of it because it's something I read years and years ago.
Yeah.
But it's the same as the James Dean cut. Unfortunately, I get given so much information, I read so much, it sort of gets filed away in the back of my mind when someone mentions, oh yeah, that's such and
Triggers
such.
it to come back, yeah.
Triggers to get the information back and that. So that was really cool. We're going about another 15 minutes to do the show now. I'm not going to put ads in tonight. Ad-free night tonight doing the Naked Zoos.
Cool. When you go with more Ghosts of Hollywood Legends?
Yeah, go for Hollywood Legends. Go for it.
Orson Welles, the great Orson Welles.
And who was Orson Welles when he was home?
He was one of the most brilliant, innovative, creative figures of theatre, radio and film. Now, he wrote or directed War of the Worlds.
He actually broadcasted it for radio, yes.
Did he write it?
Well, yeah, I think he did write it. Yeah, but he actually, it caused such an uproar because they didn't actually let on, this is a story.
Well, it was in New York.
Sorry, I'll let you go on.
They didn't actually let on that it was a radio show.
No.
They interrupted the normal program.
A special news broadcast.
Yes, saying aliens have landed.
Yeah.
And the city of New York freaked out.
It was under attack. And seriously, they had the whole sound effects things and everything going on.
Well, the sound effect. I remember seeing a doco. Actually, I don't know if the doco was a film of the original. And the lid being unscrewed from the aliens' Martians' ships was a jar being unscrewed in the toilet.
Yeah,
because you got that echoey sound.
Echo effect, yeah.
That's
so cool.
Oh, there was no effects at all, but they just made all these things up.
I mean, it's like the sound engineers of that day. I mean, they didn't have technology like we have to do sound effects. It comes pre-ordered. It's same as the blaster of Star Wars. It's a friggin', the power lines. We've got that anchoring strap that comes down.
Yes, yep.
You hit that and you run along and it gives that doo type thing, and that's how it's done. And the guy who actually created R2-D2's voice, actually is his voice. You go type thing, and he just altered it slightly. And this is so cool. This was done back when it was cool. You know what I mean? To make the sounds
so
from
many
scratch.
tricks and things in
it's
movies.
Awesome. I just love it. It's just.
If you ever watch a movie and then listen to the director's or the star's commentary on it,
I quite often
such an insight. I remember watching Braveheart with Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
and his legs and limbs and getting chopped off, and he just says, "No special effects there. We just hired out amputees."
Well, that's right.
This guy gets his leg chopped off. Nothing fancy there. We just hired an amputee.
It's already gone. Might as well.
Yeah.
That's sorry, folks out there. We still get our own little sort of thing. We get excited about stuff. We carry on. Yep.
In his later years, Wells became an imposing figure, often appearing in his trademark black cape and wide-brimmed hat, and puffing on a cigar. It's this figure that has been seen in his favourite restaurant, Sweet Lady Jane's in Los Angeles, sitting at the table where he usually dined. Accompanying the apparition, so the staff who have seen it, is a smell of Wells's brand of cigar and even the brandy that he enjoyed.
That's cool. You know what we have to do before we go any further?
Ring Andrew?
We have to ring Andrew. Okay. I did promise I'd call him. Hang on, just...
Is this going to be a nuisance call? Or a...
Yeah, no, this is a nuisance call. I'll ring him on my mobile. It's easier. Because the net's down.
Bet he doesn't answer.
I'll be upset if he doesn't.
He's not going to.
He always takes ages to answer it.
He does.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's loud.
Hey, buddy.
How you
Good. Yeah, just to let you know that the internet is actually down at the moment, so I can't use Skype. So I got you on speakerphone on my mobile.
That's lovely.
Yes, lovely. And Wadsy says he misses you and he wants you to come back, and he's got no one to fondle.
He wants some cuddles, does he?
Yes, need cuddle time.
Yeah, Wadsy needs a cuddle time from his jailbait mate. So how you doing, buddy? What's happening?
Oh, not much. Sitting at home doing nothing.
Well, we were expecting. We're recording the show now. I thought I better warn him.
Yeah, before he starts swearing too much.
Yes,
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not going to say anything about mothers this time. That's all right.
because Mummy won't tuck you in otherwise, and give you cookies and milk. So hey, how's it going with the iPhone app that we've been promising everyone for the last 3 months?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, it's actually in the final processes right now. It's uploaded and it's in the approval process.
It's in the approval, so they have all the details. It's taken 3 months to get from Apple to get the Naked Zombie app up.
Yeah.
Android.
You should be doing something illegal. Would have done it straight away.
Apple.
Android, it was up within, 24 hours?
Yeah, that was simple.
3 months it's taken with a lot
That's
of...
why Androids are better.
Well, I got an Android phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't say to the Mac users out there.
No.
I'm a Mac user. I love Macs. Mac might sponsor us one day. No, I doubt it. So in the final process, so we're going to actually have a link, aren't we?
Yeah, no, there'll be a link up for that as soon as it's ready.
Awesome. Hey, because I got your mobile, and this is costing me a lot of money because we don't have any, I'm going to hang up now. Unless, did you want to give us any more information on news or anything while I got you?
Oh, no, I'm just happy with the amount of fans we've got starting to follow on the page now.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Up to 6,700 something goes last time I looked.
Yeah, we've jumped up a fair bit in the last couple of weeks, so thanks, everyone.
Yes, thank you everyone who's tuned into the Zombie and hit the fan page. We really, really appreciate it. Hey, just to let you know, I actually come across it when it had 6666 on there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, I had to make a comment about the Mega Beast. But anyway, listen, I'll have
Small things.
I'll have some jobs for you coming up soon anyway, man, because we have some fantastic guests coming in the pipeline, and so I need you to do what you do and do so well as organise someone for me, since you're the producer.
Yeah, no, I'll do something for once.
Yeah,
Right.
it'd be nice because, see, he couldn't make it in tonight because Daddy wouldn't let him have the car. Yep. So,
Working on it.
I was being so sarcastic about it too. All right, man. Listen, you take care, and we'll see you in the studio very soon again. Okay?
No problem at all. See you guys later.
All right, brother. Say bye, Wadsy. So, Wadsy, you say bye too.
No, I was waiting for him to say bye to me.
Oh,
Say bye,
we
say bye to-
want you to say bye first because he's feeling a bit neglected because you're not here.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, Wadsy.
Bye.
Wadsy, do your fly up. All right, buddy. I'll speak to you later, eh?
What do you mean do a fly? I haven't got pants on.
See you, mate. Bye.
So,
Yeah. Right, there we go. We had to get Andrew leased in for some of the show tonight. Poor bugger. He's been stuck at home a lot lately. Yeah, he's been
Yes.
working flat out.
he's a young thing.
Yeah, he is a young thing.
Yes.
So there you go. Hey, listen, we're about to come up to the end of the show. We've just wasted everyone's life for another hour. You know that, don't you?
I do know that, yes, but I'm sure they're doing the washing up or something important while they're listening.
Well, actually, it turns out we also got a very nice email from lots of people from overseas, which is wonderful. Thank you, guys. Lots of stuff coming through. And don't forget, Thursday night, if you listen to this tonight or the next day or so, the Naked Debate.
The Naked Debate.
Send your questions in. I'll
With
also put
Liam?
with Liam. Liam be there. You'll be here.
Yes.
And yes, we have the Naked. And the Naked Debate is going off like a frog on a sock.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. It's one of the most popular. Funny enough, no one really listens. No, that's I do. People like it, the Naked Debate.
The Naked Debate.
So that's awesome, man. Listen,
So
we
what's the
had.
response we get from the last one? Because I thought that was very good, last one.
Oh, last one was brilliant because I didn't stuff it. Yeah, look, response has been great. A lot of feedback, a lot of emails coming through. Let me just check the emails tonight. Oh, it's flashing up at me now.
And how are the T-shirt sales going?
Yeah, they're slow.
Slow?
Slow.
So you've still got some?
Yeah, still got some left. Like I
working.
said, it's one of those things. It's
A work in progress.
It's still a work in progress. Like the shop, like, there's so much to do, so I'm just running out of time to do it. Let me just go into this. Last count for emails tonight that I could go through. Oh, it was mentioned on Twitter. Still no prep work done. Going to be a crap as ever. Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh, that's all right. That was you sending me horrible messages. Last count, I've got to go through 227 emails. Okay, great. Oh, but I love it. I love it. It's awesome. All right, so is there anything you want to close up with the show tonight, since we've been going for close on an hour now?
If it's on the net, it must be true.
And we want some more stories. I love conspiracy stuff.
We do, yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's also
There's more of
involves,
this,
like a lot of musicians died. See, I can't look anything up now. The internet stopped.
Yeah,
last...
it's gone.
It's stopped us again.
It's dumped us.
I can't do any work without the internet. I
have to go
don't know.
mobile, I think.
I think go do something. But yeah, so yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff happening. So also, just anyone out there, please, hit the Facebook fan site.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have an interview you want to be done, or you've got something you want to be interviewed, you think you've got a great story for the show, we're putting it out there.
Have your questions ready for Thursday night?
Yeah, but also Monday nights is interview night. So
Yes.
I do all the interviews Monday night. Tuesday nights is me and you and Mystery Boy and Hobo Bill.
Yes.
You actually got an email about Hobo Bill.
I thought you were going to say when you got one from. How about
No, he doesn't have internet
Go
capabilities.
to the library,
They won't let him in the library, do
won't they?
He pees on the books.
Not a good thing to say.
No, well, he does. Don't laugh. It happened to a mate of mine. It wasn't Hobo Bill, but it happened in another place, another time. And it wasn't me this time.
Well, you tell that story, and I'll go play with my crayons and
Yeah.
paint box in the corner and think of other things.
I forgot my train of thought. What was I talking about?
I don't know if you're talking about.
Hobo Bill.
Yes,
I actually got an email.
you did.
I got a few emails regarding Hobo Bill. People think he's not real.
They don't.
They do. They think Hobo Bill is a totally made-up, fictitious character.
Are these the same people that think Mr. Kitty's not real?
And Mr. Kitty's not real.
Are they the same people?
Oh, they must be, because
Maybe those people aren't real.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to organise to get Hobo Bill come on the show one night when he's not in a state where this is really past his bedtime.
Well, it's past my bedtime.
Yeah, but you're just a wuss. And also, I actually got fan mail for Mr. Kitty.
Fam, I want to see Mr. Kitty back.
You want to see Mr. Kitty back?
Yep.
All right. Well, so we've got a lot happening. Mr. Kitty's coming back. If you
so
don't,
much work.
Mr. Kitty, he was a handful, wasn't he?
Oh,
He's an arrogant twat.
yes. I think you have to get him back from the front line and get him back into real combat.
I think so. So people want to. Actually, I've got to set up a fan site for Mr. Kitty. I've been told.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Kitty, and also people don't believe Hobo Bill is real. But we will have Hobo Bill on the show in the next few weeks. He will join us in the show.
I'll bring a peg for my nose.
You might need to add more than that.
Yes.
And a garbage bag to put over yourself for your own protection.
Okay.
Anyways.
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks so much. So you have been listening to The Naked Zombie, us rattling on absolute crap for the last hour.
Exactly.
But we do it so well.
We do.
So-
We are experts at giving crap.
Crap.
Talking crap.
We had a whinge and we had a laugh and we had a
Yep.
giggle and a bit of a feel. And so you want to say anything before we go tonight?
Yeah. You didn't feel that good.
Bite me.
No, that's about it for me. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm dusted.
Yep.
Over and out.
Over and out. And listen, and thank you to everyone who takes the time. Seriously, look, we have fun with you guys. We love you all. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the show. I'm just so proud of everyone who just even makes an effort to
Yep.
contact us. Look, send me the emails. I love them. Send me stories, information. We love that sort of thing.
Put it on while you're doing housework. Then the housework won't feel so bad.
That's right. Then you can
Well, when you're doing,
sob in
you
a
know.
corner somewhere. You're listening. But listen, thank you everyone who is seriously, all the people out there, and this means a lot to me that you guys tune in each week or tune into each episode, and it does, and we're really, really grateful because without you guys, we wouldn't be doing the zombie, would we?
It would be a waste of time.
It would be a waste of time. We're doing it for you guys because because we love you all.
Yeah.
And I've
We
got
love you.
photos of you that some French photographer took. I don't know.
From a kilometre away.
Kilometre away. All right.
Hubba, hubba.
I think we'll just stop now.
I think so. Might get sued.
Again. Listen, good night, everybody. And like I say each week on the show, have a good night, have a safe night. And if you're out investigating, make sure you're wearing clothes. Good night, all. See you.
See ya.
Bye.